Are you struggling to encourage good behavior and discipline in your child? Let me tell you, you are not alone. Join me for today's topic of how can I encourage good behavior and discipline in my child effectively? Hi, and welcome to today's topic. I'm really looking forward to this because we've all, as parents, we've had to deal with the conundrums of how to encourage good behavior and also discipline in our children effectively without traumatizing them and ourselves at the same time. This is going to be a good topic. And just really briefly here, for those of you who are new, my name is Evette Rose, and I'll be your facilitator for today's topic. And a warm welcome to you. And also, what am I best well known for is having actually written this big book, which is called Psychosomatics of Children. So this is where we're going to be diving very deep into the psychosomatic stress for children and how certain ailments and emotional stress or psychological stress, pain or tension can have certain emotional psychosomatic messages behind that. So in this book, it's going to help you to find what those messages are. So if you're a parent or if you love working with kids, this book is going to be a valuable resource for you. And also, just quickly, parents, I didn't forget about you. We have also the adults version. So here we have Metaphysical Anatomy, which is the big book of psychosomatic stress of ailments for adults. So there's 679 medical ailments in here: pain, psychological stress, or maybe ailments, diseases, all sorts of challenges that you might be having with the physical body. You're going to find a lot of deep answers here. Your body's talking. Are you listening? So there you have it for those books. You can find them on Amazon or at evettebooks.com. And also, I invite you to join my intuitive body workshop. There you're going to be learning how to actually read the body like a book. Learn how to read the psychosomatic messages of your body or of your child's body or other people's bodies if you would like to become a practitioner helping people to understand what certain messages could be meaning and what the person could perhaps be suppressing. What do they need to pay more attention to? What do they need to release or let go of in their life as well? And it's a one-day workshop, and it is so much fun, and you will blast open your intuition as well. And also join me every Wednesday for my master classes. It's a fast track master classes, so they're super fast but very deep and impactful. And we always end the master classes with a healing meditation, and we discuss all types of different topics, which you will see on our website as well. So you can check it out at evetterose.com. So now, parents, let's dive into how we can start to encourage good behavior and discipline in our children effectively. Because we all know that as a parent, to start to foster that good behavior in a child is very important for their upbringing. An effective discipline is not only just going to help your child to develop self-control and responsibility, but it also strengthens your parent and child relationship. So in this part here today, we're going to be exploring constructive strategies to encourage this positive behavior and also discipline for your child effectively. Establish clear expectations. So start by setting clear and age-appropriate expectations for your child's behavior. So when children, for example, know what's expected of them, they are more than likely to comply. Positive reinforcement. Now, praise and positive reinforcement are powerful motivators, and also acknowledge and reward your child's good behavior with verbal praise, stickers, hugs, and also small little privileges. And celebrating the achievement actually also boosts their self-esteem. Consistency is key. Consistency in discipline is vital. I always use this funny example, like it is really that basic. If you have a dog, for example, and you tell the dog one day it can come sit on the couch with you, and you watch TV and you have a great day, and the next day the dog assumes that they can jump on the couch again, but this day you push it off and say, no, not allowed on the couch. That inconsistency is going to be confusing for the dog. So the dog is always going to make you feel that he or she is pushing your boundaries by just spontaneously jumping onto the couch because you've allowed it a few times, but other times you don't allow it. So that's very important, to have consistency and to enforce the rules consistently so that your child actually understands that certain behaviors are just not negotiable, and inconsistent discipline will confuse a child. Timeouts. Now, I am cautious of this one because I don't want my daughter to associate punishment with withdrawal of love or losing connection or availability to me. That is something that I experienced myself as well, and it left quite a mark on me. And that's why I I'm a little bit cautious with this one, but I do understand that sometimes there is a child that can be maybe violent, that can be quite, maybe the behavior is tremendously aggressive. And to physically create that separation is absolutely vital and important. But there is a time and a space for that type of punishment. So I am personally cautious of it, but you as a parent, you have to decide for yourself what you feel is going to work for you and your children as well. Because one thing that works with Zaya really, really well is she loves a challenge. And children tend to love challenges. So normally when she's misbehaving, what I will do is I will ask her, do you think that you can do that action maybe a little bit better? For example, if she's screaming, I will ask her, Taya, do you and I normally whisper. I whisper because it grabs their attention. It creates also a safe environment. And I tell her, Saya, do you think that you can show mommy that you can talk really politely and very nicely? Do you think you can do that? Oh, I don't know. Do you think you can? They love it. And then she does it. And then she forgets what she was doing. And the tantrum's over. Now, in the middle of a tantrum is not going to work. You can't talk to them and snap them out of a tantrum. But if they're misbehaving, that is an excellent strategy that I have learned works really, really well with Zaya. Natural consequences. Allow your child to experience natural consequences whenever it is safe, of course, to do so within reason. For example, say if they refuse to wear a coat or a jacket on a chilly day, they're going to feel cold. Of course, bring the jacket with, but let them feel the cold weather so that they can experience and understand that they don't always know what is going to be best for them, and that your intentions to help and support them are good. And sometimes they are just things that that's just not negotiable. Like one day we were in Europe and it was snowing. Zaya was 2. She refused to put on her shoes. And we said, okay, we're going to go outside. We're going to go walk in the park now. So I took her shoes with me, of course. And she walked barefoot. She walked barefoot, I think 5 steps. And then she said, I want my shoes. So she had a massive tantrum. Now she wanted her shoes. So people put on her shoes. So that is a great example of natural consequences. Set limits. So clearly define limits and also boundaries, because children need to know where boundaries lie and also feel safe at the same time. So explain why certain limits are in place and how they can actually support them to have a safer or healthier life and to support them in their well-being. Use I statements. When you address misbehavior, use I statements to express your feelings. For example, I feel upset when you raise your voice. This approach avoids blame and actually encourages empathy. Redirect negative behavior. So instead of simply just saying no, offer alternatives. For example, if your child is, for example, now drawing on walls, redirect them to draw on a pad or a chalkboard, or take pieces of paper, stick them together with sellotape, stick it on the wall, and say you're only allowed to draw on the wall if mommy and daddy put paper on it for you. Open communication, and also be the role model. So encourage open communication with your child. Let them express their thoughts and their feelings without fear of judgment, because this helps them to develop emotional intelligence. And as always, be patient. Remember that behavior can change and it takes time. But patience and persistence and consistency is going to be your most powerful allies to help them to encourage good behavior. And remember, celebrate even small improvements so that they feel that you hear and that you see them and you acknowledge also their effort. Another one that I love is family meetings. So hold regular family meetings where everyone can discuss maybe concerns or stresses that they have. You can call it like the family heart meeting or the stone on the heart meeting, meaning the stone, it means like that you have that you know, when you sometimes have that heaviness on your heart or you need to say something, we call it stone on your heart. So you have a stone in your heart meeting, or tell us what is in your heart, how do you feel, or what is making you sad, or what would you like to do that can make you more happy. So you can also use very simple basic words, especially if the child or children are very young and small. So this also is a very powerful strategy. So, parents, thank you so much for being here with me today. And until next time, be the light that you are.